Hey guys, hello and welcome to Naveed for Speed. This car right here is the Audi R8 V10 Performance Quattro Edition. Now I know that is quite a long name, but I'll tell you briefly what that means. Because it's the V10, what it means is behind here, you've got a V10 engine, which sounds amazing. Now, this was one of the cars that I was really keen to drive for a couple of reasons. The first one is because the V10 is officially dead here in 2024. In March of this year, the final Audi R8 came off the assembly line, and just this month in May 2024, Lamborghini announced that the replacement for the Huracán will no longer have a V10 engine. In fact, it'll have a V8 engine and a hybrid powertrain. So basically, the V10 engine is dead officially. And it's such a shame because it's such a nice engine and it sounds so amazing. And because of that, I needed to have another go in this car. This car, you might not know, is a bit of a cursed car to me because I tried to drive this car 3 times, and on the first 2 occasions I wasn't able to drive it, and on the 3rd occasion I did drive it, but my cameras weren't working. So fingers crossed, hopefully on this particular video, if you're watching this, that means it worked and I got to experience this car. So let's get in and take it for a drive.
The Audi R8 has lived in the shadow of its Huracán sibling, but it's an impressive car in its own right. This Spyder version of the Quattro can sprint to 62 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds and reach 205 miles per hour. It comes with a 7-speed S-tronic twin-clutch gearbox. This felt like the final dance with the legendary V10 engine.
Right, so what do I have? I've got the Audi R8 V10 Performance Quattro Edition. So I've got 4-wheel drive, I've got 620 horsepower, 580 Newton meters of torque at my disposal here at the Millbrook Proving Ground, currently on the Alpine route, the hill route. This is the route which should mimic most of the country roads that you'll find in the UK, all put together into one beautifully woven track. And this is where I'm testing the Audi R8. Now, I've already driven the Audi R8 here before, and that was the same version as this, the Quattro, with the 4-wheel drive, with that same V10 soundtrack. And I'll tell you what, so far, I mean, I know this isn't necessarily a first drive video because I have driven this car before, but not for long, so I'm still getting familiar with this car. It's still a bit more of a first drive kind of thing. And I'll tell you one thing, immediately as I get into the car and as I drive it, the first thing that I feel is how flat it is. It corners so flat and it sounds like that, especially with the roof down. It's such a beautiful day today, and you can hear that V10 soundtrack. Drop the gear and really go for it. Oh my word, it's so good. You get that instant power as soon as you put your foot on the accelerator, because this car is a naturally aspirated V10, so there's no turbo lag, it's just instant. And the brakes are quite good as well. As soon as you stand on them, you instantly get thrown forward. It's just all the G-forces, left, right, forward, back. That's what you feel in this car. And alongside all of that, you still get your creature comforts. I'm still sat here on sports seats. These aren't bucket seats, the sports seats. They've got the electronically adjustable. I've got heated seats. I've got the heater on. I'm enjoying this beautiful day, even though it's quite windy. It's perfect. This is such a beautiful experience. And as you can tell, the wind is just hitting the top of my head, coming around, and as you can see, my hair is going all over the place. But that is the beauty of driving a car like this. You can enjoy the soundtrack, you can enjoy the weather, you can enjoy everything basically. It's everything. And I know you haven't got everything when it comes to this car. You don't have a screen in the middle for your infotainment system, but you don't need it. When you're enjoying this and when you're enjoying the sky and you're enjoying the experience as a whole, I don't need a screen. The one thing that I do find about not having a screen is that everything goes through your digital dash, your instrument cluster, especially the rear facing camera. You see that through your instrument cluster, and I usually hate that, because if I'm reversing and then I'm turning my steering wheel, I can't really, you know, the steering wheel, let's say it's a 3-spoke steering wheel like it is here, I'm having to look through the steering wheel to see the rear view camera, so that's a bit of a headache. But aside from that, I really like the steering wheel. I love Audi's flat bottom RS steering wheels. This one with R8 written on it, you get the red stop start button. It's all really nice in here, and it should be, especially a car of this price. It should be. Now I say a car of this price, yeah, it's not available anymore. Audi have stopped production of the R8, which is a shame, because that engine is such a beautiful engine. The way it just picks up revs, is just so good. When it comes to the comfort levels, I expected this car to be more uncomfortable, because it's a supercar basically, but it's almost like an everyday supercar. You can still comfortably drive this around the city, you can still comfortably drive this daily and not do your back in. It is quite wide, it's over 2 meters wide, so you might struggle to park it, but on a day like today, on a road like this, with conditions like this, it's perfect. It's so beautiful. And you know, they say don't meet your heroes. I heard somebody else say that after they got out of this car. They said don't meet your heroes, because you'll be sad afterwards when you have to get out of it. And I'm not feeling that quite yet, because I'm still in the car, but I'm sure I will feel that. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy this car as much as I can. Oh, understeer, and there we go, straight out. I'm gonna enjoy this car as much as I can, because we're not gonna get cars like this anymore. I don't think we're gonna get cars like this anymore. So yeah, every time I hear that V10 engine, so beautiful, such a beautiful sound. I know the V8's a good sound, but the V10, oh. Right, we're gonna overtake here. Here we go. Boy, there we go. Really feeling the G-forces now. Oh, and that engine is just such a low boom that it has. Even though the V10 engine is meant to be so soulful, that's the sound of the V10 engine, and that's what you get, but in its own distinct way. Yeah, I'm so glad I've got to drive the R8 again, and I'm so glad hopefully I've got this one on video and you guys can experience what I'm experiencing, because yeah, it's such a great car. And in this color too, it looks so beautiful. I've never seen one in this color, and it's a shame that it hasn't been sold more in a color like this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, this sort of not necessarily a first drive, but almost like a first look at this car. There's not a lot that I can do in the short amount of time that I have with this car, because I have to give this back now and somebody else is going to go take it to drive. But I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm glad that I've been able to get into the car and drive it. Thank you very much to Audi. Thank you very much to the Society of Motoring and the SMMT. Thank you very much to the SMMT, to the Society of Manufacturer Motoring Traders. There we go, I got it right. Thank you very much for inviting me to the event, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys watch some more of my videos, because there's so much happening, there's so much coming to my channel. Make sure you stay tuned, take care and enjoy.